Hi, it's Reed with the Karn Yacht Co channel. Today we're doing something a little interesting. I'm gonna do a review on a chainsaw I bought yesterday, day before, something like that. So it's this big monstrosity right here, the Stihl 391. It's a real big fucking chainsaw. It's got like a 66.8 cc engine in it. It's big to the point where you've got a blow-off valve to start it. I got a 25-inch blade on it. This is the one that came with it. I haven't done a muffler mod or anything to it yet. Probably won't. It suits the purpose that I need it for. Now, just for comparison, this is your average home shrub trimming chainsaw, and this is the one we're reviewing. So without further ado, we'll get started. Starting the chainsaw can be a little bit of a beast. It's easiest to start it on the ground. However, you can start it standing up. So, like all Stihl chainsaws, you've got the selector back here, off, on, full choke, half choke. You want to start it very similar to all other chainsaws, but there's a little bit of a difference. You want to push in the blow-off valve to make it easier. This engine is so big, just to draw it takes about 60 pounds of force. So this blow-off valve lets the air out the top of the cylinder, and as soon as there's combustion in the cylinder, it sparks and works perfectly. The other thing about starting this saw is it floods significantly easier than the other models that we run, the 271. So you gotta watch out for it. Usually 1 or 2 strokes on the full choke and you're good. You need to move it up a notch to the half choke. So I'll go ahead and start it. It's a pretty beastly chainsaw. It's got a lot of power. I got a 25-inch with a regular blade on it. That's a blade lock, by the way. However, when I run my saws for work, I always use the carbide blades. The carbide seems to do a lot better job of keeping an edge, and ultimately saves me a lot of time while I'm cutting wood. I got me a little oak log here. I'll go ahead and cut it for you just to kind of show you. As you can see, it just sliced right through it like butter. Now oak's a pretty hard wood. It's nothing like walnut or anything, but the saw is just, it has way too much power, especially for wood this size. Now I'm going to use it to cut trees significantly larger than this, but it seems to do the job. We'll touch a little more. I did mention starting it was a beast. It seems like the first couple of times I started this saw, I had trouble getting it to go. I would flood it real easily. So you've got to be patient with it. Don't run it too many times or you'll very easily flood the engine. Once you get it going and it's heated up, you can always just start it with a couple of strokes and the decompression valve popped in on half choke like any other Stihl chainsaw. But really it's just the initial startup that's the difficult part. Like all other Stihl chainsaws, the gas cap is right here, and the oil is right in there. Now, one thing I do think is worth mentioning on this chainsaw is that it guzzles a lot of gas and a lot of oil. It's a big engine, needs a lot of fuel, and the blade spits more oil than any other chainsaw I've ever used. In fact, I've set this chainsaw down and the oil just kind of, seeps out of it. Also, the gas tank on this, I believe, is a 700cc gas tank. I could be wrong on that. But it's real big. It goes, most chainsaws, like this one, the gas tank is just kind of right there and small. With this chainsaw, it covers that whole area. It takes probably about 1/4 of a gallon to fill up. which in a way is a good thing because you don't have to be filling up every 5 minutes, but it also, you mean, if you're not making money with this chainsaw, it can be a pretty costly saw to run. I'm not going to pop this off for you, but the air filter is the same as any other 271, and that